Hey guys, good news, good news, good news to all Africans. So, Ghana has opened its borders to all African countries. Yes, so Ghana is now the fifth African country to become visa free to all Africans. And this is following like Rwanda, Seychelles, the Gambia, Benin, and yes, Ghana. And looking at all of these countries, they are thriving, like they are doing so well. And being visa free for all Africans has not in any way affected them negatively. So, this is a good move. And hopefully, other African countries will follow suit, right? That's what we hope for. Borderless Africa and one Africa. When I visited Rwanda, it was an absolute pleasure, like the most stress free border that I have ever crossed. Like, you're welcomed home, like, you're welcomed with love and respect that you deserve. And nobody's stressing you, nobody's asking you a series of silly questions. They're just like, welcome, feel at home. Where are you going to? Oh, okay. Have a good stay. Bye bye. And you're on your way. Like, even as a West African, I've been to other countries like Benin. Do you know what it means to cross that border? I believe this is a step in the right direction for Africa, and hopefully, other African countries start to follow suit, and we have more inter border relationships. And this will help us foster good relationships between one another. What do you think? Because I believe it's going to be like a good thing, and it's going to help us get to a good place as one Africa. Yeah. Travel is expensive, no doubt. And to travel to 4 to 5 countries, I would like to pair them together. I can't say, okay, today I'm going to Benin, I spend 4 days, then I go back to Nigeria, for instance. Then the next few months, I go to Togo, then I go back to Nigeria, then I go to Ghana, then I go back to Nigeria. That's like spending a whole lot of money. But like to travel to different countries, when you pair them together, you end up saving costs, right? But you are not able to save as much because you have to still pay for visas to each one of these countries, and that can now be quite strenuous because the visa process and everything, stressful, the money you spend, and that limits the way we travel and the way we visit one another, right? For instance, somebody that wants to travel to Nigeria from Kenya, the stress when I myself saw the visa requirements, because one of my YouTube viewers reached out to me. She wants to go to Nigeria to visit somebody, and when I saw the visa process, I'm like, okay, even for me, this is a lot. This is stressful. I don't think I want to go through that. I would rather pack my bags. I would rather the person comes from Nigeria to Kenya to meet me instead of me doing all of this and paying all this money to go see somebody in Nigeria. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot they were requesting for. So if within Africa we can't even freely, you know, go to one another, then what are we even doing? And yeah, what are we doing, right? So being able to move freely between each country as an African is a good thing. I don't know what you think, but for me, I think that is a good move. I remember the experience I had in Uganda when I was traveling to Rwanda. Like, I wasn't even going to Uganda, really. I was going to Rwanda. And I had a ticket which shows that I'm going from Kenya to Rwanda. I'm not going to Uganda, but I was made to pay for Uganda visa at the Uganda border. Why? I'm just passing through as a fellow African. Like, I'm not coming to stay in Uganda. And even if I was, I don't think 24 hours or 12 hours staying in the country should warrant me to pay $50 or more. Because of course, when you I didn't have the visa beforehand, they upped the price. They did all they could to get more money from me. But like, the point of this is that we don't have to do that to each other as Africans. We do not have to do that, really. I was passing through and I had evidence to show that I'm just passing through. But regardless, they didn't care. They collected that money. I cried because Not because like I didn't have the money, like the money was so big, but like it was terrible. I just felt bad. Like this is Africa, this is Uganda, and I have to go through all this as an African. It was really upsetting to say the least. And this is what borderless Africa can do for us, taking away these bad experiences that we experience when we go to each other. As Africans, we complain about how it's so difficult to get a visa to any European country. Like, you want to get a visa to go to the US, to go to Portugal, to go to the UK, but we don't practice what we preach. How do you expect visa, even if it's visit visa to any European country, to be easy when within ourselves the visa process is hard? Meanwhile, it would be better if we don't even have a visa between each other to start with, but we do. And the visa process is like so difficult in most cases. So, like, we don't practice what we preach. We don't give the love to each other, but we want other people to love us. Like, it doesn't work that way. I'm sure they just look at us like, look at these jokers. Some people get denied visa for fun because, like, okay, the immigration officer or the consular is like, oh, please, today I'm in a bad mood, denied. Yeah, because what do you expect? You can't even go from East Africa to West Africa without having to without a need for a visa. So yeah, I don't blame them really. Do you? Last year, Kenyan president announced that Kenya is now visa free for everyone in Africa, blah, blah, blah. Few, whatever later, we realized it was not true. Yeah, he took his words back. It was a scam, whatever, call it whatever you want. But when I made a video about it, and in the comment section, I realized that a whole lot of Kenyans do not even want people to come. They don't want you to come. So stay away from our country. And this is a country that thrives on tourism. So when you think tourism, you think Kenya because, like, yes, you want to go to the safari, you want to go to the sea, you want to go to the different places in Kenya, you want to go experience different things in Kenya. But when the president said he has opened the border to every African, Kenyans didn't like the idea. A lot of people were saying, stay away, stay in your country. We don't want you here. What are you coming to do here? Leave us alone, you know? And it was sad, really. It was sad because, like, for a lot of reasons. And this is what we preach amongst each other. And the outside world can see this, right? They can see how we don't love each other. So, like, why should they show us any love? It just doesn't make any sense, if you ask me. Borderless Africa is about being selfless, embracing each other with love, and respecting one another. Like, okay, fine. You have your reason for leaving, wanting to leave your country to come to mine. Maybe to visit, maybe you want to come and stay, maybe you want to come and work, whatever. It doesn't take away from me as the citizen. It adds to the economy of my country. But a lot of people do not look at things in this way. They're like, oh, stay in your country, go away. We don't want you. What are you doing here? You this scammers, you this and that. But borderless Africa is about love. And if we really want to make this happen, we have to start to love one another and see beyond the different countries that we're from. We're one continent and we're always going to be one continent and we're always going to be the same skin color. I might be darker than you. Ghanaian passport holders can travel to 68 countries like the Bahamas, Singapore, Philippines, and so much more. Yeah, South Africa, Kenya, and this allows for more room for Ghanaians to explore and to strengthen their passport. When I think Ghana, I think peace of mind. Like that's how Ghana makes me feel. It's peaceful and it has always been my second home, even though there's now a rivalry between Ghana and Kenya in myself. because they are both places that I love, and Kenya being, you know, the place my husband is from, I'm definitely going to be biased. But yeah, Ghanaians are lovely people. Ghana is a beautiful, beautiful country, and there's a lot to see. There's a lot to explore, and yeah, there's going to be an influx of people in Ghana this Christmas, even before Christmas, because now that it is visa free for Africans, a lot of people are going to visit. A lot of people are going to go see Ghana for themselves, which is a good thing. And during Christmas, it's going to be, people are going to want to go really experience Dirty December, because, like, what is December without being in Africa, really? It is, I mean, I've experienced two Christmases in the UK, and trust me, it's nothing like back home. It's boring, really. Yeah, there is that aspect where it's all about like decorations. You see a lot of beautiful things and you're like, oh, this decoration is beautiful, this is nice. But yeah, we have that in Lagos as well. I mean, like, if you go to Lagos during Christmas, oof, you're going to see a whole lot of beautiful, beautiful decorations that people have spent so much money on to make happen. And so that's not a new thing really. So yeah, that's it. It was just the decorations for me. There was no festive spirit like back home. And yeah, so people are going to want to go to Ghana to experience Dirty December, to see how it's all going down and whatnot. And yeah, it's going to be a win-win for Ghana and for people that are visiting, because guess what? People that are going to Ghana are going to definitely need housing, Airbnbs, hotels. They're going to go shopping, they're going to go, eat food, they're going to spend on transportation, which will mostly be Ubers and private transportations. And all of this together will boost the economy of Ghana, not just, helping people to just come see the country. It's going to bring more money, influx of money into the country through tourism. And it's a good thing because people are going to come, they're going to have wonderful experiences, they're going to go back home with lovely memories. And Ghana is going to have more coming in because of tourism. And yeah, it's a give and take situation. And I think it's a good thing that Ghana has done to, get on this train to being the fifth African country to open its borders to open its border to other African countries. And yeah, we are going to see more people exploring Ghana, see more people going to see what's there, which is a good thing. And Ghanaians are really welcoming, they're good people. So that's it for this episode, guys. So, are you going to visit Ghana soon? What's the plan? My name is Macy. You can call me the Black Coffee without cream or sugar. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.